Grab morning to the quiet light. It finds a room before I do. Curtains breathe, the day opens born high. Dollars inside my chest, no weight in the air. Just another beginning, it doesn't demand attention. The floor feels cool under bare feet. Each step unplanned, each step allowed. Outside the world is waking in separate pieces. The door closes, a distant engine starts. I stay still long enough to hear the silence stretch, then settle. Good morning to unfinished thoughts, to plans that haven't formed, to the space, the foreintention. Light moves gently across the wall, not trying to impress, just passing through like it always does. I pour water into a glass, watch it rise, then stop exactly where it should. Breathing feels easier now, as if the night let go, as if the day knows I need time. No rushed way meaning, no list to follow, just moments lining up on their own. Good morning to the mirror, to the face I recognize, not asking questions, not giving answers. The street begins to sharpen edges, returning slowly, but inside everything stays soft. I let the morning linger in small details, and sounds without names, and light without purpose starts drifting. I'm drift back out, I don't hope and I don't trace. Good morning to the hours ahead, still in touch, still quiet, still possible. Time starts moving again, but gently, like it's learned how to wait. I take one last breath of early calm before the day fully arrives. Good morning again and again. The light remains a quiet face, but something steady stays with me. Soft light on my eyelids, curtain breathing slowly. Somewhere a bird sings like it knows my name. No alarms today, just the world saying good morning. Hey. I wake up in between a dream and truth. The ceiling feels a little bit new. Air is warm, not asking anything, just staying kind and quiet. Footsteps of the day haven't started yet. Time is still stretching its arms. A sparrow writes a melody on the edge of the sky. No rush, no reason to move too fast. This moment is fragile like glass in the sun. I rise with the light, not fighting the day. Let the morning find me the gentle way. Birds are calling my name through the open blue. I breathe in slowly and become brand new. Shadows dance on the wall as the sun climbs higher. Yesterday is far enough not to pull me back. Sheets are warm The clock is whispering, but I pretend I can't hear. Sunlight paints my hands in gold like I'm someone special. Even ordinary skin feels celestial. If life is running, I'm walking today. If the world is shouting, I'm far away. This morning is mine, no one can take this quiet beginning. I choose to keep. I rise with the light, no need to explain. The sky understands me without a name. Birds write letters only hearts can read. I breathe in slowly and feel complete. I rise with the light, still half asleep at night. The day feels gentle and so do me. Nothing to prove, nothing to chase. Just morning holding my sleepy face. Curtains glow, the world begins, and I'm already home within. Soft morning finds me before I know my name. Light rests on my shoulders. Nothing feels the same. Oh, the room is breathing slowly. Curtains barely move. Time forgets its purpose. I forget it too. I wake without a reason. No alarm, no race. Just a gentle understanding with the shape of this space. Soft morning finds me right where I am. No need for answers, no need for plans. The floor is cool and patient. The air is warm and thin. Every thought is floating, not ready to begin. Outside the birds are speaking in a language made of ease. They don't rush their sentences, they let the silence be. I stretch into the quiet like it's something I can wear. This moment fits my body like it's always been there. Soft morning finds me between asleep and aware. Half my dreams still holding on to the corners of the air. I don't reach for my phone, I don't check the time. The day can wait its turn. This softness is mine. Light spills across the table, catching dust and gold. Even ordinary things feel gentle when they're slow. I think about the hours stacked later in the day, but they feel far away now, like a different place. Soft morning finds me and lets me stay, not asking who I'll be or where I'm going today. The coffee's just an idea, the world's still far away. I'm listening to nothing and it's saying I'm okay. If I move, it won't hurry. If I stop, it won't mind. This morning isn't leaving, it's just walking behind. Soft morning finds me again and again in the quiet repetition of now And then morning light finds its way in through half-open curtains. Not in a hurry, just enough to notice the air feels warmer than before, like it's changed its mind overnight. I stand still, let it reach me first. Somewhere on the balcony, a bird starts speaking, not to anyone, just because it can. The sound floats easily between railings and sky. Nothing echoes, nothing insists. Sunlight spills in softly across the floor, catching dust in the air, turning it into something bright. I breathe out longer than needed, as if the room was holding its breath with me. Curtains glow quietly, thin fabric, gentle gold. The light doesn't rush through, it settles outside. Leaves move slowly, answering the birds of conversation. I don't interrupt, I lean near the window, feel warmth on my face. Not thinking about time, not counting anything. This moment has space around it, before it, after it. Light drifts across the wall, touches the edge of the table, then moves on unattached. Another bird joins in, then another. The morning fills itself without asking me. I rest my hands, let the warmth stay as long as it wants, as long as it needs. No plans arrive yet, no thoughts demand attention, just a soft brightness holding the room together. The world feels kind from here, filtered by glass and distance, close enough to hear, far enough to stay calm. Sunlight begins slowly, turning warmer, deeper, still gentle, still forgiving. I close my eyes for a moment, let the sounds continue. Birds are quiet, all in their place. When I open them again, nothing has changed, and that feels right. This is not the start of anything, not a pause either, just a breath shared with the morning. Light keeps moving, birds keep singing. I stay right here between both. Eventually the day will speak louder, but not yet, not now. For now I stand in the glow, let the warmth pass through me and take a quiet rest. Morning remains soft and open, and I remain with it. Steam rising from a quiet cup, morning light still undecided. The room breathes slow, like it just woke up. No messages, no headlines, just the sound of water boiling. Time hasn't started asking what I'm doing today. I hold the warmth with both hands, let it sink into my palms. Nothing to rush toward, nothing pulling me away. The city hums in low volume, far enough to feel safe. Cars pass like background thoughts I don't need to finish. Coffee tastes a little bitter, but I don't mind. Some things don't need sugar. Grows like small clouds, never forming a shape. They drift, collide, then vanish. This moment doesn't explain itself. It doesn't try, it just exists, and that's enough. Another sip, another breath. Morning settles deeper into my chest. I don't think about later, I don't think about before. The cup grows lighter, the calm stays heavy. Outside begins to sharpen, inside stays soft. I finish my coffee slowly, let the day come on its own. Steam is gone, the warmth remains. Still quiet, still here. Still here. One breath in the kitchen light. Floor still cold, but it feels right. Window cracked, but in daylight slide into a room where the night untied. Bread on the table, quiet and plain. Waiting its turn, no need to explain. Crumbs like stars on a wooden plate. Nothing fancy, nothing late. I move slow, let the kettle sing. Small routine, familiar things. Steam in the air, rising thing. Like the bay slowly letting me in. Button ups with no complaint. Golden lines, soft and faint. Heat and time do what they do. No rush needed, nothing to prove. Coffee hums in a lower tone. I'm not really here alone. Even silence has a sound, and the morning's still around. Ghost pops up like a gentle cue. Not calling me, just passing through. I smile without knowing why. Maybe warnings don't need a reply. Wedding light and open space. The quiet will start at easy pace. I take a guy left favorite slave. Not chasing thoughts, not pushed by day. Outside footsteps cross the street. Inside the corner's hard to beat. The world can wait a little while. I sit with crumbs and half a smile. Then shines red light, palm time. Sweet and slow, a sinful rhyme. Spread it thin, spread it wide. No wrong way on the morning side. True and we repeat again. This is how the day begins. Not big words, not with plans. Just bread warm in both my hands. Morning stretches long and loose. Nothing tight, nothing to lose. Minutes drip instead of run. Breakfast doesn't bend till it's done. I lean back, let sunlight land across the table, across my hand. Everything feels softly placed. Nothing here is being chased. Another sip, another bite. The day saves dim, but warm with light. Pots sign up and drift away. They'll come back later, maybe say. Blood breaks easy, so do I. In a way that feels just right. Not falling apart, just opening to what the morning's offering. No headlines on my tongue, no future yet begun. Just this rhythm, slow and steady. Digitally, I'm already ready. Plates don't patter, chairs don't scrape. The rain keeps its gentle shade. Breakfast lies between the lines of early hours and viral time. Our white crumbs without a care. Leave a little evidence there. Proof that I was present here before the day got sharp and clear. Last bite, taking nothing in this. The quiet stays even as I stand. Bread is gone, but something stays. It's hot thickening in my hands. Morning moves, a lot of leaves. Still unhurried, still at ease. Breakfast fades into the day, but the calm comes with me anyway. lean against the counter, sunlight on the floor. The clock forgets to hurry, I don't ask it anymore. A quiet hum from somewhere, the fridge begins to breathe. This house knows all my habits, every almost need. I'm not hungry, not quite full, just somewhere in between. Thinking more about the feeling than the meal I've yet to eat. What would fit this moment? What would match the air? Something warm, something simple, something that's just there. The kettle's almost ready, but I let it wait. I like the sound of nothing in this in-between state. A slice of bread, a thought of soup, maybe eggs, maybe rice. I circle through the options like I'm rolling loaded dice. No rush, no perfect answer, no plan I need to keep. The kitchen holds my patience while the morning starts to sleep. Sunlight shifts an inch or two across the wooden chair. I open up the window, let the day step in halfway there. The city's getting louder, but it hasn't found me yet. In this room it's only rhythm and a little bit of breath. I move slow like I mean it, like time is on my side. Every step a small decision I don't need to finalize. What would taste like right now, not forever, just this time. Something gentle on the senses, something easy on the mind. I rest my hands on cool stone, feel the quiet in my palms. The kitchen is a shelter from alarms, and after once I think about a pan warming, I think about a plate. I think about how hunger can be such a gentle state. Not asking to be filled, just asking to be known. A signal, not an emergency. A softness in the tone. The light keeps changing slowly, like it's learning how to stay. Late morning holds its balance between today and yesterday. I smile for no real reason, just glad to be right here in a room that smells like comfort and a future meal unclear. I'll eat when it feels right, I'll choose when I'm ready to. For now I let the quiet tell me what to do. The clock can keep on turning, the world can make it sound. I'm standing in the kitchen while the moment settles down. The morning hasn't left yet, but it's loosening its grip. Light feels fuller now, a little warmer than before. The room drifts quietly between awake and almost. Nothing pulling me forward, nothing asking me back. Sunlight rests on the floor like it plans to stay a while. Edges soften, even shadows slow down. I sit where the warmth reaches, not moving, letting time pass through me without leaving a trace. Out sounds arrive gently, footsteps without urgency. A voice somewhere far already fading. This hour feels unfinished in a comfortable way, like a sentence left open on purpose. Air moves slowly, barely noticeable, still it carries something calm, something familiar. My thoughts stretch out and fold back in, not forming ideas, just existing. Light drips higher on the wall, changing nothing, improving everything without trying. I close my eyes for a moment, not to sleep, just to rest inside the warmth. able to follow. I feel it more than I hear it. Time doesn't press, it floats wide and patient, like it knows me. This is not morning anymore, not quite noon, just a soft space between. I breathe slower, as if matching the light, as if the room was breathing too. Nothing needs attention, nothing feels delayed. Everything is exactly where it should be. Warmth gathers gently in my hands, in my shoulders, in the quiet. If I drift for a second, it's allowed, the day won't mind. It's kind like that, eventually noon will arrive, clearer, brighter, more awake, but not yet. For now I stay here in this calm stretch of time, letting the warmth hold me. The light remains, the air stays soft, and I remain between waking and The second cup sits quietly, steam curling in the light. The room feels more intentional, like it knows I'll stay a while. Morning has found its posture, no longer soft or shy. It stands beside me patiently, not asking questions why. I wrap my hands around the mug, the warmth feels deliberate. This isn't comfort anymore, this is how I calibrate. Thoughts line up more neatly now, like books return to place. The day begins to narrow into a workable space. I take a sip, then nothing else, just let the silence work. This coffee isn't waking me, it's helping me focus first. The window frames the outside world, but I don't step in yet. I like this distance from it all, this calm, this gentle set. Keys wait beneath my fingers, a notebook stays open wide. Ideas move more slowly now, but they no longer hide. This cup is not for dreaming, it's not for drifting far. It's for the small decisions that show me who I are. The bitterness feels honest, the warmth feels clean and clear. I'm not rushing into action, I'm arriving slowly here. Minutes stacking quiet rows, each one aware of place. No pressure in their order, no hurry in their pace. The sound of coffee settling, a low and steady tone. It fills the gaps between my thoughts, so I'm not alone. I don't need inspiration, I don't need to feel new. I just need enough stillness to let the word come through. This is the hour of presence, not loud but fully awake, where effort feels respectful and focus doesn't ache. The cup grows lighter slowly, the warmth begins to fade, but something steady stays with me, something quietly made. When I finally set it down, I don't look for more. This coffee did its job, it opened up the door. The day can move ahead now, I'm ready but not fast. This moment trained my to hold, not rush the task. The sunlight stretches slowly across the wooden floor. Shadows lean into corners but don't fall anymore. A soft hum from the window. The air moves like a thought. Every breath is gentle, every movement caught. The kitchen smells of warmth, coffee left behind. I let the morning linger, not worried about time. The clock ticks softly, but it doesn't demand. I stand here in the pause, the day at my command. Outside the birds are singing a quiet distant tune. It blends into the light that fills the room too soon. I wander through the moments, not reaching, not late. Every step feels chosen without deciding fate. Sunlight touches the table, the cup feels warm in hand. Every corner of the room feels exactly as planned. I think about my breakfast, but I let it stay away. Nothing needs attention, not for now, not today. The world outside is moving, but here it slows its pace. Every sound a whisper, every color a grace. I breathe in without thinking, I stretch into the air. This pause is all I need, nothing else compares. The walls are holding warmth, the floor reflects the day. I sit for just a moment and let it drift away. Time feels wide and open, not pressing, not severe. Everything is possible, everything feels near. I close my eyes for seconds to let the light sink in. The day is softly calling, but I don't have to begin. Everything feels gentle, the morning not too loud. I exist between the hours, alone but not unproud. I let the moment settle before the noise arrives. This is the softest time where morning still survives. Light holds steady, doesn't climb like it's waiting on a sign. Noon is close but out of sight, still morning in its final light. The room hums low, a gentle cue, nothing left it needs to prove. This hour knows exactly how to stay right here, right now. Curtains barely move at all, sun rests high against the wall. The day feels paused but not asleep, like a breath it chose to keep. Street noise finds a softer lane, cars roll by without complaint. Everything has found its place, nothing rushing to be named. If I stay, the moment stays. If I go, it won't complain. This is not a holding pattern, just a calm without a claim. I'm still before noon, holding steady, no edge left in the letting. Every thought feels soft and ready, but not asking to ignite. I'm still before noon, gently leaning into whatever comes next. Morning hasn't closed the sentence, it just paused before the text. Baseline warm, unhurried feet, drums speak low in halftime beats. A piano lands, then lets it be. No need for urgency. Coffee cups sit long long since dry. Warmth remains, no reason why. This room remembers earlier and doesn't need to say it twice. There's a beauty in the almost, in the nearly passing phase, when the day is fully present but still wearing morning's face. I'm still before noon, life forgiving, strong but never sharp. Every second feels like living without reading the chart. I'm still before noon, unannounced, not behind and not ahead. If momentum starts to matter, it can wait a little yet. Used to think the peak was louder, brighter, faster, hard to hold. Didn't know the best part lingered in the warmth before it's bold. Horn lines stretch and then relax, nothing pulls the future back. This groove doesn't need a climax, it just knows where morning's at. Yeah. Late morning hush, still swing. Light stays where it wants to stay, like it's learned to disobey. Clocks exist but not for me, not inside this frequency. If this looped I wouldn't mind this almost noon unfinished time. A moment balanced on its feet, perfectly incomplete. I'm still before noon, fully breathing in the day's last quiet hue. Morning hasn't turned the page yet, it's still deciding what to do. I'm still before noon, calm and open, nothing left to chase. If the sun is asking questions, I answer with this pace. No announcement, no goodbye. Steam rises quietly, the clock forgets to rush. Late morning breathes in through half-open curtains. Sunlight pulls on the table, soft and pale, almost shy. A chipped cup holds warmth between my hands. I sigh. Bread toasted just enough, but I'm melting without a sound. This moment asks for nothing, yet gives more than I found. No plans written in ink, no messages pulling my sleeve. Just the comfort of staying in the space I can breathe. Pour the tea a little slower, let the minutes drift apart. This is not a break from life, this is where I start. Warm tea, slow brunch, late morning glow. I don't need to hurry, I already know. Pages open but unread, ideas not beside my plate. Thoughts wander gently, they don't need to be great. Jam stains on porcelain, tiny proofs I stayed a while. Even silence tastes better when it's shared with a smile. The world can wait outside with its sharp, bright tone. Here I'm allowed to be unfinished alone. Pour the tea a little slower, let the steam blur the past. This is not wasted time, this moment is meant to last. Warm tea, slow brunch, soft noon in sight. Morning hasn't left yet, but night feels far tonight. If productivity is measured by how calm my hands can be, then I'm richer than I thought, just sitting here with tea. No headlines, no alarm have to earn this quiet, tender space. Warm tea, slow brunch, the clock sighs too. Even time seems kinder when I move like this with you. Steam fades into air, plates nearly clean. Late morning lingers somewhere in between. I'll stand up when I'm ready. For now I remain here at the table where calm knows my name. Quiet keys, soft light, the room begins to breathe. No rush, no sound, just me and time aligning. Outside the window everything is still. The city's only halfway awake. The warmth left at the bottom of my cup sets the rhythm for today. Notifications turned face down. I open up the page. The white space in front of me feels like an ally in the morning haze. It doesn't have to be perfect as long as I'm moving ahead. Every small step forward turns into a line of praise. This is my working morning. Soft focus, steady hands. I don't need a reason, just staying here is enough. Words fall into place, thoughts begin to flow. In this gentle hour I'll let myself go slow. The sound of keys repeats in a quiet, even time. I check the clock occasionally, but I don't let it chase my mind. Shapes I never show to anyone. Halfway and I'm finished, still lined across the desk exactly as they feel. I leave the lines that don't work yet. I'll let the doubts remain. Even hesitation is part of today's terrain. This is my working morning. No spotlight, no race, just a quiet kind of courage in an ordinary place. Coffee fades into water, the sun climbs a little higher. Still I stay right here inside this calm creative fire. Even if I stop for a moment, that's completely fine. Time spent thinking is still moving in line. One deep breath, I loosen my shoulders again, and add just one more line with a softer pen. Nothing loud, nothing loud, nothing fast, just the present, just this task. This is my working morning, built on small repeats. Tiny wins, soft failures under drifting beats. I don't chase the moment, I let it come to me. In the hours before noon, I'm exactly where I should be. The light grows a little stronger, shadows shorten their length. At the edge of the page, a quiet sense of strength. I close the file, not the day, just this chapter before noon fades. The sun climbs higher slowly, casting gold across the walls. Shadows shrink and soften, time fills these quiet halls. A gentle breeze slips in through the half-open pane, carrying distant voices and the scent of soft rain. I stand between the moments, not fully here, not gone. The day feels like a whisper, a calm and steady song. Coffee cup sits empty, crumbs rest on the plate. I The clock is barely ticking, or maybe I don't hear. Everything is possible, everything feels near. Birds have stopped their singing or moved to somewhere new. The world is holding its breath, the sky a softer hue. I stretch and let it linger, the quiet fills the room. Every corner holds a secret, every shadow holds perfume. Not yet noon, not too late, this pause is mine alone. Time slows like it knows me, and I don't need to own. Kettle hums forgotten, bread left to cool aside. I don't feel any hurry, I just let moments glide. Light bends through the windows, carving shapes on the floor. I feel myself within it, closer to the core. Almost noon, but gentle, no pressure to begin. The day holds possibilities and lets me breathe within. Every sound is softened, every movement sings. The world waits a little longer for all its tiny things. I watch the dust motes dancing in the golden beams. They float like tiny memories inside the quiet seams. I close my eyes for seconds just to feel the hour. The morning's warmth surrounds me in unspoken power. Everything feels patient, everything feels bright. Almost noon, almost perfect light. Oh, yeah. Light slips through the window like it forgot to knock. Soft edges on the walls, nothing sharp, nothing loud. The room stays quiet as if it's listening to the way the morning moves without words. Dust floats slowly in borrowed brightness, each piece taking its time, not trying to land. I lean back in the chair, let the light find me. It rests on my skin, then moves on. Outside shapes blur together, cars, voices, passing days, all softened by glass, all kept at a distance. The window holds the world just enough, not too close, not too far. Shadows stretch across the floor, then slowly retreat, like they know they don't belong forever. I don't reach for anything, I don't name this feeling. It exists quietly between seconds. Oh, light travels across the table, touching old scratches, moments left behind without explanation. Time feels thinner here, almost weightless. I could stay, I could leave. Neither choice matters, the light keeps moving, unconcerned, unattached. I watch it fade from the wall into somewhere else, leaving the room almost the same. Brightness softens, then disappears, but the calm lingers. The window reflects my shape, faint and incomplete, just enough to know I'm here. Nothing changes, nothing needs to. The light is gone, the quiet stays. I breathe in, I breathe out, the window waits. There's a time without a name. It slips between the hours. Not early, not yet late. Just sunlight learning power. The clock still says it's morning, but the room feels something else. Like the day has found its footing without announcing itself. Shadows lose their sharpness. Edges start to blur. The quiet doesn't leave, it just changes temperature. Coffee cups sit empty, not forgotten, just done. This is not the start of something, this is when the start is run. I don't check the time anymore, it doesn't need my help. The minutes move politely, keeping mostly to themselves. Birdsong thins in a distance, footsteps find a pace. The world is fully waking, but it hasn't changed its face. This hour doesn't ask me what I plan to be. It lets me stay unfinished in calm uncertainty. No rush hiding underneath, no pressure in the light. Everything is possible, but nothing needs deciding right now. Ooh, the air feels slightly warmer, like it's leaning in, as if the day is listening before it speaks again. I stand inside this moment, not ahead, not far behind. Time feels wide and generous, like it's learned to be kind. If I leave, it won't follow. If I stay, it won't mind. This hour doesn't own me, and I don't try to make it mine. Somewhere clocks are working, schedules starting tight, but in the space between them, everything is still light. This is where the day exhales after learning how to breathe. A pause that feels intentional, a silence meant to be. Nothing here is ending, nothing new begins. Just the softest shift of weight as the day settles in. I let the moment pass me without asking for its name. Some things feel better when they're left unexplained. When I move, it moves with me. When I stop, it stays. This is the hour that exists only if you don't look its way. Light settles in place, nothing shifts too fast. The day is moving forward on a rhythm that will last. The desk is no longer new, it fits the shape of my hands. Each movement feels familiar, like a well-rehearsed plan. I don't think about beginning, I don't think about the end. I follow what is working, again and then again. No hesitation now, no need to decide. The motion carries itself, I just stay inside. This is late morning momentum, quiet and steady flow. Not driven by intention, just something I already know. Each minute builds the next one, no question, no demand. I move with what is forming, without needing to understand. The sound of keys is constant, neither sharp nor slow. Time moves like a current that I don't try to row. I sit without attention, I breathe without a cue. The work unfolds itself as if it already knew. I'm past the point of forcing, past the need for proof. Consistency replaces anything like truth. This is late morning momentum, held in a simple pace. Focus doesn't tighten, it relaxes into place. I don't rush the progress, I don't slow it down. I let the rhythm carry me through this late morning ground. Outside gets brighter, shadows lose their edge. stays functional, balanced on a ledge. No emotion rises, no emotion fades, just the quiet comfort of repeated days. Steady, even, clear, aligned. This is late morning momentum, built from what was done. Small motion stacking softly, one by one by one. Nothing asks for meaning, nothing pulls me through. I stay inside the movement and let it do what it do. The light holds its position, the air remains the same. I don't mark the moment, I don't name the frame. Still moving, still here. Late morning in gear. Soft light, almost still. The day has found its pace. No urgency remains, just warmth in this space. The room is filled with daylight, balance calm and clear. Nothing pulls me forward, nothing disappears. My hands keep moving gently, without a second thought. I'm no longer trying, I'm already where I want. No need to measure minutes, no need to count the hours. This ease was built slowly from all the time before. This is the calm before noon, where effort turns to ease. Everything is moving, but nothing feels rushed or steep. I don't push, I don't pull, I let the moment bloom. Held inside this quiet glow, this almost new room. The sounds outside are clearer now, footsteps pass below, but inside the air stays soft, a private ebb and flow. Thoughts arrive already shaped, I barely guide their way. The work feels less like effort, more like something I play. What needed focus has been done, what waited had its turn. Now I stay inside this balance, letting nothing burn. This is the calm before noon, a gentle resting point. Momentum turns to clarity without a single joint. I don't rush the ending, I don't hold it tight. I let the morning finish in its own soft light. Soon the day will open wide, voices, plans and sound. But for now this quiet space is where I am safely found. One breath in, one breath out. Nothing more to prove, nothing left to doubt. No pressure, no demand, just presence, just my hands. This is the calm before noon, where focus loosens slow. I carry what I've made so far and gently let it go. If the rhythm changes after this, I know I'll still be fine. This peace was something earned in the long kind morning time. Light stands almost overhead, shadows fade from view. I close this chapter carefully,